valuable visual storytelling. Enjoying more of the Anchorhead this week. I've been brewing on the Kalita since I got the Kalita. And it's an interesting experience, completely different from the Chemex that I am so used to. There's a lot more, definitely a lot more flavor in the cup. But it's not as clear as the Chemex. It's a little hard to explain. The Chemex has this like crispness, clarity of flavors, but this has more flavors, more body. More gets through the filter in the Kalita because the filter's thinner. It also extracts differently in the Kalita because the way it's shaped, so that results in a completely different cup. I like them both. I think the Kalita will lead to, well, maybe what I'll do is I'll probably, I think I mentioned this when I started using the Kalita. I think what I'll do is whenever I have a new coffee, I'll compare them on the two and any other methods that I have, and then I'll decide which one I like best for whatever it is I'm trying to share. So I started this whole series, I started with this series, this Cup of Joe, and then I was going to expand it. And it began with me just sitting here sharing what I was doing, kind of trying to give you a behind the scenes. And it's very important to me that the videos that I make give you some kind of value. And so I've always strived to bring something special to you. And of course, I guess that could just be me, but that's a bit egotistical. And of course, I make the videos and I talk with a few of you and I get good feedback, and that gives me ideas, and then I also observe what I'm doing, and then I make changes, and I just kind of go through this process. And that's led to things like more of the tip videos, and of course the primary series of coffee showcases. I still don't know exactly what to call that. I'm just calling it Coffee Lovers TV for now. We'll see how it progresses. And of course I make adjustments. And the primary goal is for me to give you really good value. I think that my biggest potential failure in this, it's taking your valuable time and attention and then not giving you enough back for it to be worthy. We live in this really interesting time right now where, because of the way the internet works right now, and how we're all connected, pretty much everything that we enjoy in life is something that we can have on our own terms. We watch our favorite TV shows when we want to watch them. We talk to people when we want to talk to them. Just think about the last time that you probably had a phone conversation with someone, and how often you may prefer texting someone to like actually talking on the phone. It's certainly nice talking on the phone with many people. You know, I enjoy a good phone conversation, but there are oftentimes, most of the time, it's better, even, you know, for me personally, even better just to, you know, text me or email me, because oftentimes I can't answer the phone, or I don't want to. Usually it's just I'm occupied. But I think that many of us are in this space of, because so much of our lives is within our control, and we're doing things on our own time, everything just kind of flows in that regard. So when you come here and you're sitting there and you're watching my video, I greatly respect and value that you could be doing any of a billion other things that could very well be more fascinating. And I want to make sure that you absolutely love what this is, that you feel like it's well worth your time. And so when you give me your valuable attention and time. I want to make sure that I am delivering back to you in spades some kind of amazing value in the form of knowledge or entertainment or smiles or whatever it is. And my challenge with all this is the visual storytelling. Because me drinking a coffee or making coffee, or you getting some kind of behind the scenes on my life, which is mostly writing about coffee or talking to other people about coffee, it isn't always that interesting. But visual storytelling is really powerful. It's a really powerful format because there's so much that you can communicate visually, and even just with a combination of visual scenes or ideas that I can put together in this like short film format. And I reckon that it lies somewhere in the middle of this sort of knowledge, entertainment, happiness sort of thing. I reckon that it's some combination of those, where you can come here and you can get some kind of knowledge. You can be entertained visually, or I guess, I mean, how else you'd be entertained? And then maybe you can have a laugh, a smile about something. That's my hope. I think that it's in many respects not dissimilar from a cup of coffee either. I kind of looked at the magazine this way as well. I started making the magazine. Like it kind of provides you the value of, you know, a morning cup of coffee. When you sit down and you enjoy it, it's something that brings you warmth and interest and enriches your life. I mean, it's media that you consume, and coffee is a drink. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of a stretch, but one of these days soon I'm going to be making a video on why I do what I do, and part of that is my view and my belief that coffee is a really strong allegory for how we live our lives. I'll get into that later. So ultimately, my process is of creating and observing and making changes and creating some more and observing some more. And so because of that, I very greatly value your time and attention and your feedback. I'll always be asking for comments because the more you talk with me about what I'm doing, the better I can make things. And I just love good conversations about coffee. Honestly, that's entirely why I'm doing this, so that I can talk with you. So this week I've got a really cool Brazil coffee that I haven't had it yet. I'm probably gonna have it tomorrow, and then I'm just looking at it over there. Probably gonna have it tomorrow, and then enjoy it a bit before I record. I usually record I've been recording the Cup of Joes on Monday, so it's Monday right now, and then this will go up later today. And then when I do the videos about the coffees, I do those on Wednesday, and then the tip videos, sometimes I do them on Wednesday, sometimes on Monday, sometimes on Friday. I'm trying to get some kind of more consistent schedule there. And then also, once I get a good habit of production and really figure out a flow of things, then I can start adding more days. I'd love to have something every day. It's a little, I've got a whole bunch else going on right now, and especially with CoffeeCon. Once we get, I think what will happen is once we get things situated with CoffeeCon, I get used to this production schedule. I'm going to be producing videos for leading up to the show. I'm planning on doing lots of like little tours and introductions of people who are going to be involved, and give you previews of what you can find at the show. I also have some other fun stuff coming down. There's a particular video I'd love to share. I'd love to share what it is right now, but I think I'm just going to leave it to be a surprise. it's a how to get the most out of a particular brew method. I don't think I'm going to say any more than that. But that's coming soon. Hopefully I'll be able to record that this week. And of course the current issue is out. We published that a week and a half ago now. Time flies. It's all about coffee and cycling. I love biking myself and love coffee, and it's interesting to see how the subcultures gather around coffee as well. So I kind of explored that with coffee and cycling, and it's really fascinating. I think that there is actually something really special there, and there's good reason for it. There's a lot of overlap in interest and enthusiasm of cycling and interest and enthusiasm of coffee. There's a lot of very similar attitudes and viewpoints on life, and so people get into both of them. All right, I think I'll wrap it up there. I don't want to keep blathering on. I was mostly interested in talking about this idea of visual storytelling. I'm hoping to incorporate more other visual imagery. Hopefully move around a bit. I need to get some new equipment that'll allow me to do that and give you like good video and good audio. I'm really sensitive to that sort of thing, especially the audio, but also the video. I'm not gonna start putting out videos that are all shaky because I'm walking around with a camera trying to film. I need to get some kind of stabilizing equipment for that. But that'll all be coming soon. So I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. Let me know in the comments and subscribe and share with your friends. Have a great week.